and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Sammy of Monte Carlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more.
All right, we're back with another episode, Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. This is our year-end review. A couple episodes ago, we did, it was music related. We all had our picks of the year, and this one is going to be more like entertainment, movie, TV show based, and it's not like, this is movie of the year, TV show. It's just the things that we enjoyed, maybe other people check out our recommendations or whatever.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What the hell is that behind you?
Right here?
Yeah.
It's a drum set.
Okay. I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, is that like a replica of the Stanley Cup or something?
Yeah, right. No, that's one of the toms. That's a smaller tom, and that's the snare drum.
That's
I'm
the
trying
one
to
you
figure it out.
Re-wrapped,
like,
right? That's when you bought and you redid, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I redid that.
Is that the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I could see that, right? Drums.
That's funny. So we're just going to go back and forth and talk about some stuff that was in 2022 in general. So, you know what? Let's start it off. Let's talk 2022, Damo. What do you want to start off with?
I'll pick one. It was a movie. I think it actually came out in the summertime. I know it was delayed for a while, and I actually just saw it just a few days ago, and which was Top Gun Maverick. And I got to be honest, I was not a Top Gun fan when I was a kid. I really wasn't that crazy about the movie. I saw it a few times. Just didn't really understand it. But this one, like, made sense. I mean, they're not just like pilots doing tricks. I mean, there was actually like a mission. There was, some sort of like not a war, but they basically had to take out like some base that had plutonium or some shit like that. I don't know. But there was other things like that, going on in the movie. I thought it was fucking great. I mean, I really did. Again, I came in, I'm not a Top Gun fan at all, but I don't know. I just wanted to see it. And it was actually really good.
I never saw the original.
Well,
yeah, I saw pieces of it. You know what? Yeah. Like, it's really like, I know the dude's got some balls. He does his own stunts, and he's in a lot of action movies. I can't watch Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
he's a tough watch for me on just about everything.
Yeah, I'm not really into his movies either, or him. I think he's a little, he's a weirdo, whatever. But I was never really into his movies. Maybe a couple of them, and I like you said, like I saw parts of Top Gun when I was a kid. I didn't really understand it. Like, I know it's like a training thing, but what's the whole thing at the end?
Yeah.
It's like a fight thing. I don't know what the hell it is, but and then I watched it about a year or two ago. So let me watch the whole thing, and it was okay, but I don't know, for some reason I wanted to see this one, and I was dude, I was not disappointed. I thought it was fucking great. I thought it was a great movie.
The thing with, like you said, made a good point with the Top Gun. I remember liking it when I was a kid, but I don't think I ever really understood it either. I think it was a great point that you made with that, because I don't know what the fuck was going on, but all my buddies watched it, and I watched it with them, and I guess we all liked it. But I had no desire to see the new one unless I just tripped over it. But you know what? Since you started off with that, I'm going to go down the line with the top 5 movies, not my movies, but top 5 movies in general that were this year for 2022. And I didn't see not one of them. I know Mike probably didn't see one of them either.
Yeah.
You might have seen one.
I think the Top Gun. I think that's the only one I saw.
Right. So you got the biggest movies, box office movies of 2022. Top Gun Maverick. Did not see it. You said you've seen it. You said it was good. Jurassic World Dominion. I watched the other Jurassic Parks. I didn't see this one yet.
I watched this one, actually.
You did watch this one?
No, I would watch.
Oh, you would? I probably would watch it if I tripped over. I'm not going to go out of my way. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. First Doctor Strange was good. I didn't see the second one yet.
Yeah, I didn't see them.
Yeah, we're being fed grown people are being fed comic book movies. and they're loving it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
too many of them.
It's fucking saturation, man.
Minions: The Rise of
Grow
Gru.
up.
Haven't seen that. And Avatar: The Way of Water, which just came out. The first Avatar I thought was good, but it's a story you've seen 1,000 times just with blue people. You know what I mean, or whatever they are.
I like the first Avatar, but yeah, I mean,
it's good. I don't think it's as great as everybody made it.
Yeah, it was Gorillas in the Mist.
Yeah,
with blue people.
Yeah. So that was the top big 5, in the world of US.
None of us saw Avatar, right?
No,
not the new one.
Now, I read a little bit about it. Now, I could be totally wrong. From what I understand, this really isn't a movie. It's just like a bunch of scenic things going on. It's like that's what I gather.
The whole first movie was basically like some I
saw the first
virtual reality thing. I mean, I saw when it came out. I don't remember but I remember at the time I did like it, but I don't. It was really neat.
It was neat.
Yeah, I don't have like a burning desire to see this. If it's on, I'll maybe catch it. But yeah, I don't know.
Live action Smurfs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, Mike Day, your turn. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, we did the music already, and it's really. I mean, it was just like a bunch of shit that happened this year. Most of it was just kind of bullshit. But how about that Will Smith slap?
Bad. Not even a good slap.
Oh.
It wasn't a good slap. But I mean, I think it was a little overblown. I mean, he was a total dick for doing it. But it's now everybody, we're not going to watch Will Smith movies because of this.
Stupid
blah,
too,
blah,
yeah.
blah. It's like,
yeah, I mean, but
Sean Penn was slapping people around forever. They still watch this movie,
right? I've seen him as like a big time phony, though. So
I kind of, I mean, I never had a problem
to see that. Yeah, I don't know. He just seems like he doesn't seem genuine. He just seems like a phony person who just does things as for.
No, he's a little cucked right now,
Yeah. I mean, I saw that and I was like, that's a fucking prick move. I mean, Chris Rock he's got a good reputation. He's a solid guy,
Right.
He seems genuine enough. Come on, dude. It's a fucking joke. People can't crack jokes anymore. It's like
at first I was kind of on Will Smith's side with that. And then it's like the more you look at it, I'm like, you know what? I was like, it's a joke and he's a comedian. Just, it really wasn't that terrible of a joke. I mean, it was. She could have put a wig on if she wanted to.
Too. Look at the rope and stuff like that. That's what comedians do.
Every time somebody tells a joke, I mean, come on, lighten up.
It's
how many bald guys have been made fun of? So you know what? Lighten up.
Yeah, it's a joke, and that's what they're there for. Yeah, I thought it was way overblown. I think he just got up and did something because he felt like he had to, and I don't know. I don't know. It looked like he was playing like keep away. The smack looked like, you know what I mean? It was weird. It was just weird.
Let me get that smacking, but you're not going to get that rebound.
Yeah, it was weird. It gave us something to talk about for a week or two, but it was weird. I didn't think it was that bad a situation. This is what comedians do. Comedians are relentless usually, and I think if Jada Pinkett didn't give Will Smith that look, I think Will Smith would have cared less. He would have laughed.
Oh, he was laughing at first.
He was,
yeah. But Will Smith. I'm all right with Will Smith. I kind of like a lot of his stuff. Yeah, and I like a lot of Chris Rock stuff. But the problem is within the last year or two, they're really dumbing down or trying to dumb down or water down comedians and stuff like that. And when you take that away, I mean, look at the stuff, all the stuff Eddie Murphy said back in the day. Eddie Murphy for our generation,
everybody
was the greatest.
That's all. That's the whole thing. But that's what comedians do. That's what they do. I mean, get some thick skin over here. I mean, it's been like this.
They're supposed to dig deep and get stuff that really annoys you and bring it out.
I mean, I know he wasn't a comedian, but look at Howard Stern. I guess you could consider him a comedian because the show was, I guess, supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's like now it's like he's like this dude with this fucking stick up his ass, and he just is like everything's offensive to him. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well,
you started it.
You hit that age, and that's what happens. Yeah.
It's like you're not even funny anymore. You don't even try to be funny. You got to stick up your ass, and you're offended by everything now. It's like I can't take watching him anymore.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Damo, what you got in 2022?
Well, what do you got?
Hey, we're going to me? Okay.
We're skipping you.
I kind of bullshitted about the other movie. That's fine. Let's go with Tom Brady retiring and coming back only a couple months later, having a pretty crappy year and went through a lot of crazy stuff, I guess, with his personal life. And look, Tom Brady's still the greatest of all time, and the goat, Dame, the goat, and
don't say that, please. Don't
the goat.
Just say the goat. Just say I fucking hate it. Just say the greatest. I mean,
the goat. I love it. I know it bothers you. Come on, man. He's got like 7 Super Bowl rings and stuff like that. It's like, dude, you're the greatest. Just retire, be great. But athletes have a hard time letting go. They just do. They're competitive.
He's not the limelight. He's not going out, Bird. He's not going out like this.
No, he's going to try and win another one.
Absolutely.
Back another year.
I won't be surprised if they sneak in the playoffs, which they probably barely will, and he goes far. You never know.
Yeah.
You know what, though? And here's the thing. It's not because he's bad. First of all, the team around is kind of garbage.
Sure, he lost a lot of guys, too, this year.
On top of that, though, he is the problem because he didn't want to go to this practice, didn't want to go to that practice. And I guess he was going through his divorce, too, which kind of led to some of that. And then he's got the bullshit which I guess we'll bring up after, the whole FTX thing with that, was that Maxwell Bankman Fried, whatever, how you say it.
That whole bullshit thing. Yeah.
So, he's got that going on right now. So, but, at the end of the day, if he's in the playoffs, he's still Tom Brady. You never know what can
happen. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know anything about him. I haven't followed football, and I used to be really into it. In sports, I kind of pushed off to the side now. It's just too much disappointment for me. So I'm a fair weather fan of every sport now. I don't dedicate my life to anything. I enjoy going to games. I follow it casually, but that's about it. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you who the number 1 quarterback in the league is. Jalen Hurts, I guess. I don't know.
He's doing pretty damn good.
I couldn't tell you another quarterback.
Yep.
I just don't know. I don't follow it.
So Tom Brady, rough year, but the year ain't over yet. So we'll see what happens. See if they make the playoffs. Damo, what you got?
It was a series. I kind of I'll stick with the movies, TV show thing, but it was a show that I started watching maybe earlier this year or during the spring. It's called The Offer. It's basically a series about how they made the Godfather movie.
Yeah.
And it's not a documentary. It's actually like a series. It's actually really, really good.
What is this on again?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's good. I've seen it.
It's always on the one I don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. There was I'm a huge Godfather fan, and there was a lot of stuff. I knew about some of the mob stuff that was going on, but not to this extent. I mean, it was they tried to stop the movie because they thought it was demeaning to Italians, and then after they kind of told them what it was about, they accepted it, and just a lot of stuff,
real stuff, a lot of real stuff in there. Yeah,
it was all real. I mean, which that's why I thought the series was so good. I actually just finished it a couple of days ago, but I really recommend it. If you like the Godfather movie, I would recommend the series. And the actors who portrayed like the guy they had as Al Pacino and the guy they had as Francis Ford Coppola and James Caan, man, they looked just like him. Yeah, the Al Pacino guy, I thought he was incredible.
Yeah. Actually, when we near the end of the show today, I'm going to go through a list of my personal stuff that I thought was decent this year and all that. I'm going to go through my list later on, but The Offer is on my list, and I thought it was a great series. It really was. It showed a lot of cool stuff, and wow, I didn't know there was so much stuff going on in that, to make that movie. Mm-hmm. How it didn't happen, how they got the director, and all that stuff. The actors,
movie politics and stuff. And,
because if anybody knows that initially they didn't want Al Pacino in that part.
They were dead set against him.
Yeah.
They're like, he's an off-Broadway actor. He's only done a couple movies, but they're like, they're praised. Like they're really good.
Yeah, I mean, even I know James Caan
but
actually auditioned for the role of Michael originally.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the really what sold that movie wasn't going to probably happen until they got Brando, and they lucked out by getting Brando. Brando wanted to do it.
Yeah, he was dead set with having Pacino in the movie.
But it's crazy. I don't know how true it was with the reels and stuff like that. You know, like you remember where they did the private showing? I don't know how true all that was, but it could have been. You know?
Oh yeah.
It could have been. But yeah, great series, man. I was, I went through that quick. I put that on in pretty much 2 days. I
had to go back and watch The Godfather after I saw it.
Yeah, to see all the stuff. Yep, exactly. Mike D, 2022. What you got?
Well, we might as well jump into the whole FTX thing now.
Okay, which I don't know much about.
What is that?
Well, that's the whole. They're doing the crypto coins and all the crypto money and stuff like that, and everybody wants to make their own little crypto money, and it's like basically an investment. You buy into it, and there's a chance that it can go up, and you could, double, quadruple your money on it.
Crypto.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah. See, I don't know
My whole opinion on that thing is I think it's a fucking scam, the whole thing. And I think, if you jump in on the first generation of it and you cash out right away, you made money for yourself. But I think after that, that's when everybody jumps in, when they see everybody making money. And I honestly think the Sam Bankman guy crashed his company sooner, either by mistake or whatever. But I think the whole plan was for all these companies to kind of crash their companies and take the money inside there. And this guy just prematurely did it. Yeah. So I think the whole thing of this whole cryptocurrency is a scam anyway. Not just this guy, all of them.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know much about that stuff. The FTX, even the NSFR, whatever the hell all that stuff. I have no clue about
NFTs.
This virtual
it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous.
It's like, what it seems like to me. And, and I don't know nothing about this. I'll tell you that right off the bat. So I'm just taking it from my point of view, and I don't know nothing, but it seems like to me, it's like having a PlayStation or Xbox game and buying, I'm going to get the extra character for X amount of coins. It's like, it's not real. It's just, it's there.
Yes, it is like that, but you're the only one that can use that character. Put it that way.
So weird. It's just,
it's
like fake money.
It's like a whole, it's really hard to wrap my head around and explain, but it isn't like just something out of the skies. It seems it actually is a thing. It is
a thing, and it's a scam.
There are programs that are run by the computer that generate these things, and it's not a tangible thing, which is
right.
That's
just a weird thing.
Like,
and they give celebrities like Snoop Dogg and Justin Bieber like tons of money just to say, I bought one of these. Oh, I love it. It hangs in my virtual world. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like having your play, I don't know if it was Xbox or PlayStation where you had your virtual room and you can buy stuff to decorate your virtual room. It's really fucking out there. But you're using real money to do fake stuff with, like the play, like it's like The Sims. I listen, like I said, exactly. I can't really give an honest opinion because I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand it at all.
It's like it's basically like stock, like virtual stock. It's the only thing I could really explain. I mean,
and there's absolutely nothing backing it except for people buying it. And it's like, you could say our money system's like that, but at one point there was something backing it. But we still, it's a system. But now they're trying to actually buy their way in as a currency, and I don't know. I think we're going to. Yeah,
they are. You can actually buy things with it now. I mean,
right, yeah.
Not all the coins. I mean, like Bitcoin and Doge,
and they're hidden transactions too. I think like you don't like nobody sees that. Like that's
no, they see it.
Oh, really?
They would have to.
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah. Because I have some of it. Yeah, I mean, since I didn't sell anything, but yeah, I mean, if I sell it, I gotta show taxes.
Oh, I thought that was the whole thing of why it was like it's just a whole different. There's no.
Yeah, I think at first it was
okay.
Raised a lot of questions. That's why the government kind of stepped in like a year ago or something. But I got in. It was like, let me just see what happens.
They stepped in and took money. They took money from
They took money of the fake
Mr.
money.
Maxwell, yes.
Yeah.
I heard they gave it back, but know.
Well, as soon as they see people, making money out of something, of course they're gonna come in and get their hands in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, for me, like I said, I don't really understand it, so I don't really know.
Yeah, it's
Well, he even bought the umpires in Major League Baseball, and if you notice, they had the armbands of the FTX on there. Now, I don't know what extent, but to me, that just seems a little bizarre.
Well, yeah, from what I'm reading is that they're just like they're like they're a trading company like a Bitcoin or
right
something.
Stuff like that makes marketing. It's just marketing.
Do you really want your umpires to wear the fucking Bitcoin badge around their sleeve? I mean, that's just
marketing. It's between them and the MLB.
Yeah.
MLB,
right.
You know what I mean?
It's tacky though. It's tacky. Come on.
It is tacky. Why do they do that? It's like soccer when they had freaking bimbo on
I hear you can't even walk into a stadium anymore and spend cash in there. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you want to look at it that way, US dollars is almost turned into like a cryptocurrency because people don't even want it anymore.
Yeah.
I do both. Look, I'll pay with my phone sometimes. I'll pay with a card or I'll pay with cash, but I want the option,
Yeah, right.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to move on to my next thing. Mandy Rose getting fired from the WWE. Now, me and Mike were actually watching NXT the night before it happened, and Mandy Rose lost the belt to Roxy Perez. And we're like, wow, she lost the belt. Next day, wake up and the news is Mandy Rose fired from WWE for explicit content on her fan time page. She loses the belt, gets fired the next day. Then by the weekend, she makes $500,000 since she's been fired.
Good for her. Good for her. And that's one of the reasons why I have no interest even watching the WWE. And when I turn it on, it's like I just don't get it. I mean, if Roman Reigns leaves and he goes to like wrestle somewhere else, he can't even use the name anymore.
That's all their property.
Yeah, like they create the names, they tell them what to say, they tell them how to act, what to wear. It's like,
yeah,
I'd rather watch friggin' Body Slam. Remember that movie or No Holds Barred? It's no different. They're
well,
they're not.
We know what it is.
People.
We know what it is.
Yeah, but you want to see the guys kind of like be themselves. That's why I watch everything else because it's all.
Well, damn. Here's the thing, though. I mean, if she's considered an actress,
independent contractor,
or independent contractor, right? Like they would say, and would make her an actress, and she's doing something on her own name.
Yeah, she's using her own name.
Right. Yeah. Right. So that's it.
How could you?
That whole independent contractor thing's
bullshit.
Weird. And then you can't compete for 90 days or 60 days. And
to me, it sounds lopsided.
Well, listen,
it is. Yeah.
What the WWE did years ago, when it was the WWF, what they did, and they did it right in front of us. And besides buying up the major guys from the territories and all that stuff, what they pretty much did was, it wasn't like Roddy Piper's coming to WWE. It was WWE featuring Roddy Piper. So it wasn't about the wrestler anymore, or the talent. It was about the company is the brand, and everybody else is underneath it. So they're never promoting it's Roman Reigns, it's WWE, and the Roman Reigns is just a part of that wheel. You know what I mean? And that's the trick. Like, if they were going to sign you today and you got Damian and Monte Carlo, they might spell Damian, with an O, Domian, and then that'll be, because now anytime they say Domian, it's their property. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why a lot of guys didn't use their real names.
Let's just say like somebody like MJF or John Moxley or Darby Allin, they go to WWE. You think they're going to let them use their names?
Might let them use their names, but they'll have like a nickname or something like that to it, and they'll use that nickname instead.
Yeah, they've always done that, dude. I friggin' hated when who the hell was it? Trying to think. Lex Luger, right? He comes in. Oh, look at this guy, the narcissist. It's like, dude was a friggin' NWA champion. He said, "We know who he is,
right?
Like, why they got to make everything a
trademark
character, a cartoon? Because
All trademark.
Because they want to trade and market and get their name on it. But this whole this Mandy Rose thing, it's kind of bullshit. I mean, she's using her real name.
The thing is that they're a public company now, and I guess that's the deal.
That's why, yeah.
If they wasn't a public company, they'd probably eat that up and market the shit out of that.
And I think it brings them more business, but
it will.
Yeah,
it will. Put it this way: if she comes back in a couple months, which she might, you never know, she'll be huge. Then there's a couple people it happened to that are still there, but because it was leaked and it wasn't put out by themselves, she was making money off it. It was put out by her. It wasn't like the Paige deal or the Seth Rollins deal where it got leaked and it wasn't them, and that kind of just came and went.
Well, Tony Storm's got the OnlyFans, and she said that. Yeah, they didn't like the idea of her having one, or they didn't want to have one or something. It's like.
Yeah, this is a company that has bra panty matches. Come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they think that you're gaining profits off of what they built, and that's why you don't.
I could see she was using Mandy Rose, but she's using her real name.
You got to look at it on their end. From my mind, on their end, they spent X amount of dollars and time into building up this persona that's on TV. If he or she goes somewhere else or something, that's all the time that they put in. And they feel like it's like, whoa, wait a minute, like this was our investment. So
at the same time, though, I mean, she's got the goods. I mean, she's putting the work in. It's not like
they put a lot of time in her, and she also put a lot of time in them. So
it's two-sided.
That independent contractor thing is weird when you look at it. When you look at it, that you're independent, but you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't, So
that's why I like the idea of AEW. I mean, you had her storylines, and you have people kind of like, lead them along the way. But there's a lot of creative output with the individuals, and you'll see them. You'll see guys in like AEW one week, and then fly to Japan and wrestle over there, and then go down to Mexico, and I like that they give them freedom to do all these things and let them be like creative individuals instead of like puppets.
Well, I think it can help.
It's all good until like they lose somebody to injury to one of those things.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. Yep. All right, Damo, what you got?
I'll go with another movie that I saw. It's like the only movie that I actually went to the movies this year, and I'm not really big on going to the movies anymore. It's just like you go there, it's like $50 now or whatever.
You could stay home at this point and watch the next.
$50 and you get a case of the bed bugs.
Yeah.
Right. But Terrifier 2, I thought that was it's a fun movie. Great gory horror movie. It was just it might have been a little long, but I really enjoyed it. And if you're a horror fan into that stuff, kind of like a throwback slasher, I definitely recommend that one.
Yep, I like that one too. Mike D, what you got?
Well, you went with Mandy Rose, so let's dig a little deeper and go to Mr. McMahon leaving the company.
Yeah, it's big. It was big. Stepping down.
I mean, this was something, I guess, the past 10 or 20 years, I guess he was caught, diddling the workers there and paying them off, and things like that eventually catch up with you.
Yeah, I guess it's like that in any situation like that. I don't even know what to say. I'm surprised he stepped down. I'm really surprised he stepped down.
Well, because it's corporate, they kind of forced him.
Yeah, man, that's the corporate thing. Yeah.
Well, it's this shit that I've been reading. It seems like they kind of like want to force them to sell the company eventually, which I think that would be the downfall of it. I don't know, but
depends who gets it. I mean, if it goes to a bunch of investors, it's going to fucking suck. Everything that goes to investors sucks. If Triple H somehow can get his hands on it, it'll be a great company.
Yeah, but I think the worst thing that happened to them was going public.
Yeah, that was the worst.
Absolutely.
I think so too. I mean, you don't even see blood, or if there is blood, they don't even acknowledge it anymore.
Sometimes if it's bad enough, they'll even turn it black and white.
Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, a couple times we've seen them do that. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about the McMahon thing because I'm surprised he stepped down. But I guess he was.
He might come back though.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what though? In all truthfulness, like Vince McMahon is a man. He built that company from it. His father had it. He built it into something way bigger. But I mean, it got stagnant later. It really did. It kind of just. I think Vince McMahon got old, and I don't know if he's a little senile at this point, but I think he put out a product what he thought was good and not what everybody else did. And once he left the company, it definitely shown that it got a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it definitely got better. It definitely did. You know what? I'm going to stick with. I got one more wrestling thing, and for the people that don't like wrestling, I don't want to bore you too much, but CM Punk and AEW, we touched base on this a little bit in one of our episodes. Boy, what a crazy thing! After all those years, CM Punk comes back in AEW. People are going nuts. And then there's a fallout between him, Hangman Adam Page, the Elite,
the Young
Bucks.
And
the Young Bucks. All kinds of crazy shit happened backstage. But I also heard this week that if they iron stuff out, it could probably be a huge angle, which would probably be the smartest thing to do. Just make money.
Yeah,
I
think they'll work it out.
There's too much money to make to do it.
Yeah, look at MJF. That whole thing happened in June, where he he cut that promo, and then you didn't see him for 3 months, and a lot of people didn't think he was going to come back or whatever. They came back. I mean, there's only so much that they let out there. I have a feeling that you'll probably see him and come back in this spring or something.
Yeah. Well, that'll be big. They bring him back, it'll be huge. It'll be big numbers for them. And I think that's what'll, even though say the gripe or whatever happened was legit, you could definitely turn that into a moneymaker. It's just, it's there. You got to be nuts.
Yeah, all the best feuds were always based on some sort of reality.
Heat. Some heat,
yeah, like legitimate heat. So why not turn into money? I mean, it'd be stupid if they didn't,
Exactly. What you got, Damon?
I got another TV show. One of my favorite ones in the past 10 years. That's I was a big fan of Breaking Bad, but I actually like Better Call Saul better.
That was a good show.
Really, the final season. Yeah, I think they ended it pretty well. But I did like Better Call Saul. I think because I just like the character so much.
He's great.
I heard that it got better.
A scumbag.
Yeah. I lost it after the first season, maybe a couple episodes into the second. I just kind of fell out.
With it. It's good, man. The whole
I love Breaking Bad.
Shit with his brother, and it was Better Call Saul was really good. And then towards the end, they kind of what's the word?
Explain how it went into Breaking Bad. Well, it goes up to the part where he does meet Gus and all that stuff, right? I didn't see the last season.
Oh yeah. He meets Gus, and it definitely explains some things in Breaking Bad that they mentioned some characters that you didn't see. They're in Better Call Saul, and kind of explains their story and everything. And you do see what the hell is his name? Walter White makes an appearance in there towards the end, and Jesse and all that. So
it kind of leads you into the Breaking Bad.
It leads you into it. But you know what? Even if they didn't put those guys in there, like Walter White, he was barely in it. But this is a great story on its own.
Yeah, and that guy's a good actor, man. He's really good. He's believable. That part he plays that part. It's believable.
Yeah.
Mike D. Anything else in 2022?
Well, yeah. I mean, let's go with this one, man. Elon Musk buying Twitter, man, and that's a big deal. On that one. He spent a lot of money on that. I don't even know how it's worth that much money, but it is
20 billion or some shit. Or
I think it was like 40 billion, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I remember when Twitter first came out, and I'm like, Twitter. It's like to me, it's like you're a twit if you're fucking typing on there. It's like it's useless. Really, it's fucking useless.
It's entertaining to the outside.
Yeah. I use it for news and shit like that. I don't
never tweeted. I'm not even a social media person. I don't have a Facebook. I never had a MySpace, and I don't know. It's like you put this little tweet out. What's it like? 300 characters in there, and you know how we just talked about things getting lost in translation. So it's like, I don't know. It just starts so much fucking bullshit. And these celebrities on there, like I know when it first came out, like Kim Kardashian was getting paid like $1 million a tweet or something like that. I mean, it's all a bunch of fucking bullshit, you know. And everybody fell for it, and everybody goes on there. And you know what?
Hey, I'm guilty.
Put your fucking phones down for once and get a fucking life.
I mean,
Elon Musk is sort of like he's like Lex Luthor meets Dr. Evil.
I kind of like him, and I don't know how I feel about him. I'm on the fence.
Yeah,
he's definitely likable. He's got a personality, a little bit of a wet rag, but he's got something going on there.
I feel the same. Yeah, he's not like a stiff rich guy. You know, he's just like he's a billionaire with a lot of money. He doesn't give a shit. He says goofy shit. He acts goofy, but I don't know, man. And just something about him throwing all that money around all the time. It's very Lex Luthorish, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he'll throw the money around to prove a point to himself.
He's got villain tendencies.
Yeah, he's got villain tendencies. I like that. That's a good one, Damo. That's a good one.
Yeah, but look who had Twitter before, man. If you talk about villain, look at was it Jack Dorsey?
I don't even know.
Jack Dorsey, I believe it was. I don't know if he created it, but I know he was the owner of it. But you talk about villains, man. This guy looked like a villain. you got to punch up a picture of him with his like foot-long beard.
Villainous tendencies. I like that line.
Yeah. Villain tendencies.
I mean, I use Twitter more like Dame does. I'll just see people scoop on stuff or some new stuff. There's some good stuff that's on there. The worst is when you get a celebrity or somebody you like and they give their opinion on something that, you know, even here, like we try not to give too much of an opinion on some of our stuff, you know, where it's just like some stuff you just don't need to put out there, you know? I mean, some stuff it's like, you know, like I like Alyssa Milano. She too tweets out that crazy stuff. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with this nut? But that's her thing, you know. Whatever, it's her belief.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even follow those people. I mean,
so
I for music.
Yeah, so I take that with when they say stuff or give their opinion, I take it with a grain of salt because it's just an opinion, you know. I guess it's like us talking, you know. So it's no big deal, but it's weird. So sometimes you think people are smarter than they are, and sometimes they're not that smart.
No, dude, right. I mean, you think because they're celebrities and they own companies, you think that they're smart. I mean, you know, sometimes they come from money or whatever, but it's like they're just like us, you know. They're sure. Some of them are smart, some of them are fucking stupid.
Yeah. You know, any of us,
it's right.
Yeah,
a lot of these actors and actresses, like they go to special schools and don't get all the classes that everybody else gets, and they lose part of their education. So a lot of them are a little, you know. They might not be as street smart, or they might be not as book smart, or, you know, and that's dangerous when you got a big opinion on a platform.
And then you got somebody like, man, she was an icon when we grew up, Madonna. What the hell's going on? Like, it don't even look like Madonna no more. It seems like she's trying to keep up with the times. And it's just like, dude, like, just be yourself. Be graceful, you know?
Just
what the hell's going on?
But then again, if you see...
I guess she is being herself.
You know, goddamn fucking light keeps on falling. You know, once these people they start growing old gracefully, then people shit on them because, you know, they're like an old man, looks like an old lady, you know. But at least you know, they don't look like a goddamn friggin' goldfish. You know?
Yeah, man. I think everybody gets these like surgeries on their face, man. They start to look. You remember those? With the best way I can describe it, the Land of Confusion video.
Yeah,
you remember that's what they start to look like. They start to look like that after they get these plastic surgeries. They look like puppets.
So yeah, like you were saying, it's just I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just like I don't know if you're trying to keep up with the times or a lot of people do get all that work done. They go overboard, and it's just like most of them don't even need to do anything. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, you know, it's like having that kind of fame when you get older. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, personally, like look at somebody like Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she's a perfect example of growing old gracefully.
He still looks all right.
He's another guy. He's got gray hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I say at least dye your hair. At least dye your hair. Come on.
If you're Bon Jovi,
come on. You're dye your hair.
Yeah, but you got to respect the fact that he's not trying to overdo. He's just being.
I know, but he's starting to look, instead of looking like an old man, he looks like an old woman.
Yeah, but,
look at take what's his name, Nikki Sixx, for example. Come on.
He still looks like he's 50.
Still teasing his hair out like he's 25 years old. Guy's 65 years old.
Look, you play in those clubs, Amy. How many of those? You know, a lot of those people who are patrons in those clubs you play at are definitely wearing fucking wigs.
Yeah, we're not gonna go too far into that. The names will be changed for whatever reason.
I'll fucking wear my boldness proud, but there's a lot of those guys that are fucking. Come on, dude. You're fucking these guys. Some of these guys have fucking wrinkles and their fucking bags under their necks and their hair is. It's a fucking wig. Come on, everybody knows.
Yeah. Well, women do it too.
Right.
Hair extensions and all that. I mean, it's
But like, okay,
vanity's one of the
perfect example with Damien
deadly
said.
sins.
Perfect example, Mike, what Damien said, because you went back and forth with it too, and I get what you were saying, but Damien said you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because if Bon Jovi did dye his hair and look like he was in 1980 or try and get that, you'd be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah. So that's perfect example. Mike walked right into that perfect example, Dame. Perfect example.
You're right, but at the same time, it's like you're still a rock star. Like, at least.
Yeah.
I'm sure his bank account. I'm sure his bank account knows.
Right. You could.
Yeah.
I think some professions definitely should.
I mean, actors do because they're playing parts,
Right.
So they get away with a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, when you go see Bon Jovi, like if you're a Bon Jovi fan, you see this gray-haired man, he still doesn't look that old if he dyed his hair, but it's like depressing because it's like, wow, man, I feel really fucking old right now.
Well, dude, look at all we were looking up people's ages. All our rock stars are in their 60s or almost 70s or in their 70s. We're like, what the hell? When did this happen? Dude, we looked up Danzig the other day. Danzig's almost 70. I'm like, what? When did that happen? Like,
yeah, I couldn't believe that.
You don't realize it.
Crazy.
You don't realize it. Like, oh, look at so and so. Motherfucker's almost 70. Give him a break. He looks great for 70. What the fuck, Yeah, I don't get it. And people are just crappy. And celebrities do get the worst end about it. They really do. Okay, I got one more, and then I got some other books to talk about. Mike D, you got anything?
Yeah, I got one more.
Yeah,
let's go with the Johnny Depp and Amber Turd here, which there should have been a couple other trials that made it to TV.
Mike went really trash TV this year.
Yeah.
What a waste of time.
There definitely could have been a couple other trials that went, but like the Maxwell trial. But they feed us this fucking bullshit for almost a fucking month.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give it one thing. It definitely had some interesting characters and some interesting plot points going on. But yeah, I mean, here's the story in a nutshell. They were husband and wife, both drunk junkies, and it's a toxic situation. And it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Good things don't happen when you do drugs and drink together and have fights.
It ends with somebody shit in the bed.
That's it.
Yep. That's what usually happens.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. If anything, it was.
Hey, some people might pay for that, though, But,
oh, yeah. Some people are into that.
All right. So I got one.
I'm sure that definitely piqued some people's attention to Amber Heard.
Yeah, probably. Probably. The last thing I got, and I'll probably, you'll be surprised hearing from Philly sports. Phillies go to the World Series. Eagles are 13-2 as we're doing this podcast. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Don't jinx them. I want to be a fair weather fan next month. Don't jinx them. I'm going to get my Jeremiah Trotter jersey out.
You're busting out the Trotter jersey.
Oh, yeah. I got it out. It's in the closet.
I got to say, Jalen Hurts, I think he's the real deal. He's the real deal, I think.
Oh, absolutely. He's great.
Yeah. So,
But,
I was shitting on that guy last year.
Yeah. The only thing the only thing that's going to hurt him is his play style. It's him, but, you can't expect a guy like that to be around the league too long.
Well, it's like as long as it don't become like an RG3 thing where he was great, got hurt, and after he got hurt, they kind of figured him out. And And that's where it gets kind of, when any athlete, it's hard to come back.
He's a
depending on
mobile quarterback.
Yeah. So depending on what kind of injury it is, most of the time you don't come back the same. I think this injury was a small injury. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't be that bad.
Right.
But I would sit him. I would sit him this week. I wouldn't play him this week. I played maybe last week. I wouldn't play him this week.
Guess who is playing? I think Lane Johnson. I don't know if he's out too, right?
Yeah, I think he's out too.
But I don't know if he's playing this week. But he needs some kind of surgery for his stomach, and he's going to play through it.
This guy's great. That guy's great. That guy's having a great season.
Yeah, I mean the team really needs him. He's a big deal on that team.
Well, and then how about I thought they were going to make the playoffs, but I can't believe they went to the World Series. And you know what? They didn't win the World Series, the Phillies, but man, they did pretty damn good. I was happy.
Yeah, it was great. It was entertaining.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought they were going to be one and done in that first round. I thought they were going to get swept and it was going to be over.
Yeah, it was a fun series.
I think they're legitimate for a while.
Yeah, man. They
got some good signings.
A couple big signings. Yeah, Trey Turner. Who's the pitcher they signed? Taiwan. I can't think of his last name.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I think they're going to be good this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be missing Harper for about like the first half of the season. But they got a good team to where you could lose a guy like Harper for half of the season.
Listen, the way it kind of is in baseball and probably hockey and basketball. All the exceptions except for football is that it's good sometimes when that happens because you have your waves. Like right now, some guys on the Sixers are pretty hot right now. And it's like, so early that you don't want them because they're going to go through that wave. You have your ups, you have your down. Some people don't want them to get hot right now. Like, no, wait, I wish you'd get hot at the end of the season, and with so many games, it's so hard to, it's rare that somebody goes straight up the whole time. It's just too many games. Where football, every game counts. Every game counts in football. Where it's like you go on a slope for 2 weeks, you might be screwed. You go to slope in baseball, 2 weeks in basketball, you can bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, since we're pretty much wrapped up with our little news thing here from 2022, I'm just going to go through, you guys could add comments if you want some stuff, TV wise, entertainment wise that I like this year, just me personally, no particular order. And if Dame or Mike want to hop in. Great movie that was on Hulu, a movie called Fresh. Crazy. The guy Sebastian Stan, who played Tommy Lee on the Pam and Tommy show, or movie, or documentary, whatever it was, or series. The song is about this girl who's going through like the dating scene, and she meets this guy. It has an unusual appetite, and the unusual appetite is what this guy does. This is crazy. This movie, he pretty much kidnaps people, right, and kind of like holds them hostage, and then winds up cutting them up or whatever, and selling them like as gourmet meals to like rich people and stuff like that.
I saw that.
I thought it was good. Did you see that? Maybe you told me about it. I watched it. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was different.
And
wasn't there something older like that too? I think that reminds me of an older movie.
Wait, it's called Fresh.
Called Fresh. Fresh. Yeah.
Wait, let me
look up Fresh Hulu. You'll find it. It was interesting. So it'll be like, I get X amount of dollars for this.
I saw this.
What did you think?
I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. It was almost like
he's like a millionaire, and there's basically like some black market for human meat, some human flesh meat, and
I bet you this really goes on now.
Like it's like good. A different variation of what it reminds me of, just a little bit different.
I didn't realize it came out this year.
Hostel. How like the rich people were paying to hunt regular people. It's kind of like that idea, but this is with food. But like Dame, you might have told me about this. I watched it. I was like, wow, this is actually really, really good.
It came out earlier this year. It was I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it was great.
I thought it was pretty unique. I thought it was different.
I wouldn't consider. Yeah, I mean, they put it in the horror genre, but there's nothing really scary about it. More of a drama.
Yeah.
I guess, but I thought it was really good.
All right, next one, I'm going to go on to Smile. It stars Sosie Bacon, who is the daughter of Kevin Bacon, as a therapist named Rose Cotter, who, after witnessing a bizarre suicide of a patient, goes through an increasingly disturbing and daunting experience, leading her to believe what she's experienced is supernatural. I liked it. It was different. Dame, I know you watched it too, right? What was your opinion on Spa?
I liked it. I was a little disappointed in it. I mean, it's basically The Ring, right?
I can see that. Yeah, I can see. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was good. I thought it was going to be better than it actually was. It was okay though. It was worth watching.
Yeah.
You know. Next on my list, Dame mentioned. I know Dame likes Terrifier 2. If you like 1, this crushes 1, and 1 was good. Over the top, bizarre, totally over the top. But that's the fun of the movie, is that it's so over the top. And the character is a great character because he don't say nothing. He just interesting character.
Yeah, it's all facial expressions.
Yep. Mike, you haven't seen none of the Terrifiers yet, right?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. It definitely reminds you of the 80s or late 70s, early 80s kind of.
Yeah. The way it's filmed and everything. It's
yeah,
it's really well done.
Yep. Another weird one. This movie started out good and then it just got kind of weird, but it was still okay. Barbarian. Fucking weird. Young woman discovers the rental home she booked is already occupied by a stranger against her better judgment. She decides to spend the night, but soon discovers there's a lot more to the fear than just the unexpected house guest. What do you think of this one, Demo?
Yeah. I had really had high expectations for it going in. I was pretty disappointed. I didn't like it.
The main plot in the beginning was pretty damn good. And then it just went goofy. It just kind of went goofy.
Yeah, then like the second half of the movie was
like, what the fuck is
they
this?
just ruined it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. To me it seems like there was I don't know, somebody cut like a probably a big portion of the movie out that would have made it make
more sense. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the storyline was pretty bizarre once it got into
if they did like a recut, the director's cut, I would probably be a lot better. But
yeah. Did anybody see that movie X? So I'm the only one that's seen X. Okay, X was a movie that follows a cast and crew from the 70s making a porno movie. And they wind up staying in these old people's, like, I guess like a bed and breakfast thing kind of deal. And it's all kinds of twisted. The old people wind up like wanting to get rid of these kids, and have sex with them because they keep themselves young. It was really fucking weird, but it was kind of good. It was good because it was campy. It had that 70s thing. It just came out in the theaters like last year, I think.
Okay.
So it might be
I heard about
somewhere.
that one, yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was fucking weird, but it had potential. But it's one of those same thing where there's a really good storyline, and then when you see the villain, you're like, "What the fuck is this?" Like one of those things, like almost ridiculous. And then I was going through like some TV series that I like this year. The Offer, which we already talked about, was really good. House of the Dragon, which is really good. It tells you it's like a prequel to the Targaryen family from Game of Thrones. There's a movie called Candy that was really good, or a miniseries called Candy. It's a true story too. It was about a lady in Wild, Texas in 1980, some suburban housewife named Candy Montgomery, and she was accused of murdering her neighbor Betty Gore after having an affair with her husband. That was a weird fucking show. It was pretty good. Pistol we talked about with the Sex Pistols. We all liked that. We thought that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
The Bel Air show, the takeoff of Prince of Bel Air, but more of a drama, was really good. I don't know if any of you guys watched it.
Show?
It was more realistic.
But you know what?
I'm feeling.
Yeah, but
like
you didn't watch it.
Yes.
You can't give it a chance if you don't watch it, Mike.
But this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you this right now. You say it's a more realistic approach.
Absolutely.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be realistic. It was supposed to be a fucking sitcom.
Yeah, but the reason why
they turned it into. I saw a couple episodes. They turned it into a social fucking justice bullshit.
I didn't take it that way. I didn't take it that way at all.
From the very first 2 episodes, I'm like, you know what? I can't watch this. It's not the same. Fucking Carlton's doing fucking coke. It's like, you take away stuff like the innocent
where's
stuff, and you make
Carlton at?
Yeah, this was like innocent show for the family to watch back then, and you turn it into something just fucking abstruse.
Wait,
hold on. You know what, Will Smith, you are a scum for doing that. I'll give you that.
So Carlton's a cokehead. When he's all coked up, does he start dancing and stuff?
I haven't seen it.
No, but there was this scene where the Fresh Prince character found like coke in his bedroom, or I think he actually saw him doing it or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, Carlton was a coach.
Carlton.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a dickhead. He tried to kill him in the first fucking episode by throwing him into a pool. You know, I mean, it was just like it was everything the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was.
Oh,
not,
it wasn't a
you know?
sitcom. It was a drama.
But make a different drama. Do a different. Don't have any connection with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because you fucking ruin shit that way.
It reminds me of like when Saturday Night Live, they do like spoofs on like TV shows, but turn them into like real life things, like
right.
The whole, you know, Gumby and
like it's something you sit around with your friends and say, "Oh, what if?" But they brought it to the film.
Okay,
you know what?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break on this. Go away.
Mike don't like when they take old stuff and twist it. He don't like that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to like make it like it wasn't, and maybe even just do a comedy, but do a different spin on it, fine, whatever. I mean, it's been done before with different shows. But you know, you turn it into something that's just kind of dark. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air shouldn't be dark.
Yeah. What was interesting? We'll go with
that. I won't give it a chance to be interesting because it's fucking bullshit. That's why.
They should have called it something else and just stole the main story and just called it something else. Recurring stuff in 2022 that was pretty good. Euphoria. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Euphoria. Really good.
I've heard of it.
Handmaid's Tale. It's another real good one. Ozark finished up this year. Stranger Things, which I didn't see the last season yet. And how about this, Dame? I know I didn't see it. I don't think Mike's seen it. Everybody was talking about Dahmer this year, and I didn't even watch it.
It was great. Yeah, I actually had that on my list. I forgot to mention that one.
I heard mixed things on it.
Yeah, up until like the last 2 episodes, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. And the other one that's been on for maybe about the last couple of weeks, and I only see one episode. It was okay. Everybody's pushing the Wednesday show, and not bad.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I've Donna watch it. But yeah, I've heard nothing.
What's it? She's all grown up.
I think it's just a series about her.
About just her. Not
but
bad.
Yeah,
she's older though, right?
Nah,
really.
She's like late teens.
Probably teenager.
She's not like a little kid, but yeah, but I mean, everybody online that
seems to like it
would never even think would be into it likes it and says it's really done well, you know.
Yeah, so. I watched one episode. It was pretty good, but I didn't get a chance to go any further with it. Yeah. Anybody else want to add anything to our end of 2022?
I think I'm done. Let's move on to the next year.
Yeah, 2023. Here we go. I like.
It's got to be better, right?
I didn't think 2022 was that bad. It's definitely an improvement over the last 2.
Right. All right, guys. Mixtapes and tasty cakes. We'll see you next year.